What we're going to do here today, we're going to run a Hexhead lure for Wahoo and for Spanish mackerel. This, as the name implies, is a Hexhead lure. You'll see it's got 6 little slats around the side and little air bubble holes in here, which puts a nice little bubble trail out as it goes along through the water. Now, to rig our lure, this is our stiff rig, which we have aforementioned made earlier. The stiff rig, as I say, has got to sit inside the lure. Now, your bottom hook, again to IGFA standards, has got to be partly inside the skirted lure. It can't sit all the way outside it, just here. First of all, we get our stiff rig, and we're running for Spanish Wahoo and mackerel, so we got some multi-strand here. This is a 125 pound multi-strand or 7x7 strand wire. You'll pick it up in little 10-meter spools. Get your relevant double-sided crimp to suit. What we do here, we go through again one side of our crimp with our multi-strand, get our stiff rig, go through the eye of the hook and back around and through the other side of our crimp, pushing it through, pushing it down, leaving a little eye just here. Get our crimping tool, fit the crimp into the relevant sized gape and squeeze it down. Now, with our multi-strand here, we want to run about 1.5 to 2 foot at a max. You don't want a long wire, it spooks a lot of fish as well. You'll see, first of all, what I'll do here, we'll go through our Hexhead lure with the other side of our multi-strand, going through the center, sitting it down. You will see now the hooks are disappeared inside to the lure, but tailing hook sitting a little bit far up inside, the top hook sitting just up here. What you can do, and a better way of rigging them, you get what's called lumo beads, which act as spacers. Your lumo beads, these also act, you'll see when we're rigging a resin head later on. When you put these down, they'll actually protect the head of your lure, so the top part of the hook or the crimp isn't smashing inside your resin head. With the hexagon lures or the metalhead lures, it's not as important. But we use them as spacers. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to run about 3 of these in this case here. Okay, so 3 spacers. We then get a lure again, going up through the center, sitting it down into our lumo beads. You'll see it's sitting a lot prettier, a lot nicer. Tail hook here, just sitting just outside the skirt, but the actual top eye is inside the skirt, so it's perfect to IGFA standards. The hooks, you'll see, are set slightly off center, so if the fish hits it at a slightly different angle, you still got a good chance of getting one of the hooks or getting both of them in there. Now, at the top end here, this is where we're going to rig it onto our terminal tackle or onto our snap swivel. So again, we get a relevant size crimp, run our multi-strand through one side of it. This guy here is what they call Jinkai armor spring. You'll buy it in little lengths, about 6-inch lengths, and you'll get about 5 of them in a packet. You can get it in different diameters, from 1.2 mil all the way up to about 2.4 mil, I think. You run your multi-strand wire through your Jinkai armor spring at the far side. About 1 inch of armor spring. Then we get our multi-strand wire, go back through the far side of the crimp, pull it down, down. You'll see the Jinkai will bring up into a sort of U-bend, getting tight against the crimp. Then get our crimping tool, get over the crimp to the relevant sized gauge, crimp it down good and tight, and again just here. That then is our jink eye armour spring, which will go on to our snap swivel straight down. And that there is your fully rigged Hexhead lure for Spanish mackerel and for wahoo.